So 1 week into the challenge, I now have more money than when I started because I was offered this little bit of work by my friend. So I'm still kicking around Exeter and I'm wondering what the hell to do. Really because I used to just spend so much time looking after work. I teach in the winter and I spend my summers busking, looking to, just make my way through the summer, looking for various bits of work here and there. And the thing is also I enjoyed doing everything that I did for work. It was mostly music, different sorts of music, gigging, looking for gigs, playing original stuff, playing function stuff, busking, sometimes recording for clients. And I was just going, what do I do? Everything I do is to do with my profession. And that told me something good, actually. One thing it told me was that I liked the jobs that I did. So that's a good start. And that made it even more interesting that even though I liked the jobs that I did, I had felt before the challenge, so pressured by trying to look for work all of the time. That felt like such a pressure, even something I wanted to do and enjoyed doing. I felt pressured into it. But I was just, I was there going, oh God, it's a week without doing any of this. What do I do now? So I made me think about what happens if humans are ever domesticated. Like how you get dogs that have been domesticated and they'll still want to carry out the activities that they used to do for survival. Like they'll fetch a stick when maybe they used to hunt and now they'll just fetch a stick. And I'm thinking about what if I was this human and maybe I was being kept by aliens maybe in the future aliens will keep humans as pets in like a sort of little condo shaped pen, and that they would watch the humans like sit at a table and they'd be going like this, just like frantically, just on a table, and the aliens would be going, oh look, it's trying to type. Well, they used to do that for survival. So it's interesting that the things that we do for survival in a Western country like Britain are so complete, so they seem so completely divorced from the basic things that we need, like growing food and creating shelter. We don't do any of those. We do quite a lot of typing and other things that seem totally disconnected from that. But anyway, after this week, I just thought, what do I do now? I can't do this, I can't do that. I used to earn money by doing that, so I can't do that. Okay, well, what about if I just go and visit some people? I mean, I can't take a holiday to Spain or anything like that, but what about if I visit some of the people that I never have time to see? So I got in my van and went off to Oxford to see my dad. I'll tell you a little bit more about my situation at that time. If the £0 challenge wasn't enough of an experiment, already I was living in quite an alternative way. I lived in a van, VW Transporter T4, which is actually just now, 4 years later, coming to the end of its life, and it's about to be replaced next week, which I think is one of the reasons that I'm feeling like reviewing the £0 challenge. Because I just bought it at the time, and it had it's got a bed, it's got gas cooker, it's got leisure battery power, but even as a van, it's pretty basic. So that was how I was living, really. That my basic life tools were my stuff for music making, my van, my bike. The thing I'm fearful about is whether my basic life tools break and I can't replace them, or they need something that costs money. And of course the van runs on diesel, so I'd need fuel for it to continue throughout my life. But off I went to my dad's, and one of the first things that happened was that I picked up a hitchhiker. And I always think it's funny how when you're in a certain frame of mind, you suddenly meet someone who's on that same kind of path and who really pricks your interest or makes you think differently, or like moves you on in the way that you're thinking about things, brings you something you haven't thought of before. And that was exactly what happened with this hitchhiker.